Let's talk the Disney Treasure. So we were just on the maiden voyage of the Disney Treasure about a week and a half ago, and we are going to talk about our experience on the cruise ship. We're also going to just graze over the stuff that they had special for us during the maiden voyage. So just in case you want to do a maiden voyage in the future, like we're going to be doing the maiden voyage for the Destiny. This was our first one that we've ever done for a Disney Cruise Line, actually for any cruise line, and it was just so much fun, and that's why we booked for the Disney Destiny as well, and that's going to be coming up in November. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to watch that as well. But we're here to talk about the Disney Treasure, and again, there was some certain things that they did special for us, like they had a show called a few guys or a couple guys and some Muppets, and basically they were the voices and puppeteers for Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy and Fozzie Bear. It was two guys that did all the voices for all these different Muppets, and they did like a behind the scenes type show on the main stage, and it was amazing. Joey Fatone was there and doing like a special guest type thing. It was a really, really good show. They also had a couple other different Muppet shows in the atrium, the main hall, the grand hall area. They had a Muppet show there at one of the last days that we were there. It was just really, really, really cool with those type things. They also gave us some really cool maiden voyage swag, and that was really fun. This is my favorite. This is a cruise line maiden voyage pin, which is awesome. But just things like that. They had all sorts of different swag that they gave us. Pretty much every night we got something new. So now that we talked about all the stuff that we got and all the maiden voyage stuff, let's talk about just the Disney Treasure and all the stuff that you will be able to do if you board Disney Treasure on a normal 7-night cruise. So this is the longest we've ever been on a Disney cruise, and let me tell you, it felt like forever in a good way. Day 2, we were like, I feel like we've already been on the ship for like 3 or 4 days, but it was just so amazing. It was just such a long cruise. We went to Tortola, we went to St. Thomas, those two British Virgin Island areas. They're literally right beside each other. And then we also went to Castaway Cay, Disney's private island. They also have a different itinerary where they go to Mexico as well. So just depending on which one you get on is where you're going to be going. Our itinerary was amazing. The different things we got to do in Tortola. We did a thing called Tortola by Land and Sea, which was so much fun, so beautiful. We went on a bus type thing, almost like a safari bus, like the trucks that you go on Kilimanjaro safaris on. They kind of look like that. And then after that, we went over the mountains, and then we got on a boat, and then went around the islands and looked at different things like Treasure Island. We saw Dead Man's Chest, that kind of stuff. It was a really, really cool tour. If you're in Tortola, that is I highly recommend going to that tour. And then we did an excursion over in St. Thomas, which was a sandcastle building tour, which is really, really good for families. Highly suggest that one as well. We went to the beach, made some sandcastles with these really cool different tools that they had, and we just went swimming, and it was just a lot of fun. The kids absolutely loved it. So let's talk about the actual ship. We actually this was, again, our first time on this cruise ship, and it was amazing. It was so beautiful. The colors of this cruise ship made it feel more homey, unlike like the Wish, which has like the blues and stuff like that. The Treasure has a lot of warmer colors, so it feels more like you're at home, more homey type feel with all the adventure stuff with Aladdin and things like that. The different lounges on this thing, which my personal favorite was the Haunted Mansion parlor, which I got this little beauty from right here. Oh yeah, I love this. I love this thing. I was like, I saw it in the store. I was like, I need this because it's in the Haunted Mansion parlor. There's, turns, but this is actual clock, which tells the right time. But you just switch the little light, and it's amazing. I love this thing. But that was my favorite one because it was just so detailed and so much fun stuff going on in that parlor with the different paintings. Madame Leota was in the mirror doing her seance thing with different stuff going on around the room. There was a big, huge fish tank in the middle of the room where you saw like ghost fish going across, stuff like that. It was just so much fun. The bartenders were really good. If you were lucky enough, if you sat at the bar during Madame Leota's little thing, you actually get to ring the bell when it says, send us a message by ringing a bell. You actually get to ring the bell, and it was really fun. My son, Grayson, got to do it, which was really fun for him. He was like, oh my goodness, I actually get to do the bell. But it was just that place is amazing. That's in the same location on the Wish as the Star Wars area as well. So you have the Star Wars lounge on the Disney Wish in the same location as the Haunted Mansion parlor on the Treasure. Now, if you move over to the middle of the ship, you have the Skipper, I keep wanting to call it the Skipper Canteen, the Skipper Society, which is the bar that is themed toward the Jungle Cruise, which in the Wish, it is the Tiana's Bayou area. But this was just so much fun. They had so many Easter eggs from the ride. It was just Jungle Cruise themed. The drink there was really good that I got. There was 2 drinks that I got, but one of them in particular, the breakfast old fashioned, was so good. And it actually came with a waffle and with little gummy eggs on it, which was really funny. But the waffle was actually really, really good, and so was the drink. So if you like old fashions, highly recommend getting the old fashioned at the Skipper Society. Such a good drink, probably the best drink that I had on the cruise. The drinks over at the Haunted Mansion parlor were not my favorite. There was a few that had this lemon, lime, salt, foam stuff on it. It was not good. Not good at all. And then one of the drinks was really sour underneath that. So the foam was sour, the drink was sour. It was just not good. I drank it because it was $15, but it was just not good at all. So I would get the drinks at the Skipper Society and then go drink them in the Haunted Mansion parlor because the ambiance is really fun. Or they have non-alcoholic drinks. If you don't want to drink at either one of those, they have non-alcoholic drinks as well. And the non-alcoholic drink at the Haunted Mansion parlor was really good. So you just go have fun in either one of those parlors, either one of those lounges, and just have a good time. Another cool thing about going on a Disney cruise is if a movie is coming out in the movie theater, they actually have a few different movie theaters that you can actually go watch those movies in. Like we actually watched Mufasa on this cruise, and it was a really, really good movie. If you haven't seen Mufasa yet, go watch it. I liked it better than the first remake of The Lion King, the live action Lion King. I actually liked it better than that one. And it was just so, so good, telling the story of Mufasa and Scar, and it was just so, so good. Highly recommend that. But they have really cool movie theaters, the Wonderland movie theater, the Neverland movie theater, and they also have they play it sometimes on the Walt Disney Theater in the very big screen. So any of those places, you can go watch movies, and that's really, really fun. They also have the AquaMouse, which is the same as on the Disney Wish, but they have a different little video that you watch going up the lift area. Now, if there's the Aqua Mouse on the Wish and the Treasure, but then there's the Aqua Duck on the Dream and the Wonder, and I like the Disney the Aqua Duck better than I do the Aqua Mouse, just because it's more fun. I think you have more action going on the Aqua Duck than you do the Aqua Mouse. The Aqua Mouse, most of the ride is just going up that big tunnel. The Aqua Duck, you have, you get set off from the beginning, so you're like going the whole time. The Aqua Mouse, you're like going up really slow. You're getting sprayed. It's fun, but I would rather ride the Aqua Duck. So then you get to the restaurants. You have 3 different restaurants. You have 1923, which is the same thing that's on the Disney Wish. Pretty much the same menu, same layout, same everything. You have the Roy side, you have the Walt side, pretty much the same thing. Then you also have the Worlds of Marvel, which is again the same thing as the Wish, but because there's 2 different times you go into this restaurant, at least 2, there is the Ant-Man and Wasp show, but then there's also a Groot and Rocket show as well, which I like the Ant-Man and the Wasp show more because it's more interactive and stuff like that. The Groot and Rocket show, it was more like trivia type stuff that you're doing while you're eating, and then they have little snippets of Groot doing different things with music and stuff like that. It's cute, but I like the other one better. And then the last and final restaurant you go to, again, 2 different times, at least 2 different times, is the Coco, Plaza de Coco restaurant. And that's like the frozen Arendelle restaurant over on the Wish. Pretty much it is Coco themed restaurant. You go in, you have Mexican style food. There's a stage show. And the difference between the Wish, Arendelle and this one is not just the show, but on the Wish, they have these, the waiter stations, like all over the place. So like you could be sitting right behind one and it blocks the view of the stage tremendously. Like you can't really see anything behind, sitting behind that big waiter station. They removed all the waiter stations in Coco, Plaza de Coco, so you have a lot better view of the stage in this ship. So I think they learned from their mistake on the Wish, and they didn't do it on the Treasure, and it's just such a good show. The first show you see is the one of the when everybody's alive, and then the second show is the Day of the Dead show, and you see Hector and Mama Emilia and stuff like that, and they play and they show up. It's so much fun. The food is really good. The show is really good. It was just such a good time. So that is the Disney Treasure in a nutshell. It was so much fun. I highly suggest this cruise ship. Again, if you have 7 nights to go on a cruise, I highly suggest this one. If you have shorter amount of time, the Disney Wish is just as good as the Disney Treasure. I still love the Disney Wish. We'll probably still end up doing that more just because it's a shorter itinerary and it's closer, or not closer, but a shorter itinerary. We usually have a weekend free instead of a whole week free. But I will definitely be on the Treasure again. Sometime in the future. We're going to be going on the Disney Dream in next month, so make sure you subscribe to the channel to go watch us go on the Disney Dream. This year is just going to be a completely different ballgame for us. I'm going to be taking this channel a lot more seriously. I've been doing this for a while, but in the beginning and up until about last year, I really never took this too seriously, and then all of a sudden something flipped like maybe 5 or 6 months ago, and I started getting more views, started taking this a little bit more seriously. So that is I'm going to be doing a lot more on this channel, a lot more resort tours. We're going to be going to Animal Kingdom Lodge this coming up weekend. We're going to be going to the new tower over at the Polynesian. We're going to be heading over to the Fort Wilderness campground and do the cabins a few times over the summer. I think 4th of July weekend, and we're also doing it in spring break time area in March. So we have a lot of stuff coming up on the channel. We always go to the parks because we only live about an hour away from the parks. So we're always there pretty much every weekend. So if you like Disney parks, you like their cruising, things like that, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we put out a lot of videos that are specifically toward the parks, and then we'll throw some other stuff in there like SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and things like that when they invite us to their media events, but mostly it's pretty much Disney and the cruising. So if you like those 2 things, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys later. Remember to love yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.